You think you know McDonald's is just a fast food giant, but what if we told you that their burgers and fries are just the tip of the iceberg in a massive real estate scheme that's been hiding in plain sight? For decades, the company has been quietly building a vast empire of properties, from the restaurants themselves to the land they sit on, and even the surrounding buildings and developments, with over 38,000 locations in more than 100 countries. Since the 1950s, when Ray Kroc first started franchising the brand, McDonald's has been strategically acquiring and developing properties, often through its secretive real estate arm, ultimately amassing a portfolio worth tens of billions of dollars. Today, as one of the largest private real estate owners in the world, McDonald's holds significant sway over the global property market. But how did this happen, and what are the implications for the company, its customers, and the wider economy, as the lines between fast food and real estate continue to blur? To understand the scope of McDonald's real estate empire, we need to go back to the company's early days, when brothers Richard and Maurice McDonald founded the business in 1940 in San Bernardino, California. The business quickly took off, and by the 1950s, the company was expanding rapidly across the United States, with over 100 locations by the end of the decade. But it was the introduction of the franchise model in the 1960s, under the leadership of Ray Kroc, that really allowed McDonald's to take off, with thousands of new locations opening up across the country, reaching over 1,000 by the end of the 1960s. As the company grew, so did its need for land and property, and it was here that the seeds of the real estate empire were sown. By the 1970s, McDonald's was already starting to acquire large tracts of land, not just for its restaurants, but for the surrounding developments and infrastructure as well, setting the stage for a vast and lucrative real estate portfolio that would come to define the company's long-term strategy and success. The man behind McDonald's real estate strategy was Harry Sonneborn, the company's chief financial officer in the 1960s, who played a pivotal role in shaping the brand's financial future. Sonneborn was a shrewd businessman who recognized the potential for McDonald's to make money not just from selling burgers and fries, but from the land itself, a move that would ultimately redefine the fast food industry. He began to acquire large tracts of land, often in prime locations, and then leased them back to franchisees at a significant markup, a strategy that started to take shape in the early 1960s and gained momentum by the mid-1970s. By 1980, McDonald's had amassed a substantial real estate portfolio, with thousands of properties worldwide, generating a steady stream of income that would help fuel the company's rapid expansion. As the company expanded globally, this strategy was replicated, with McDonald's acquiring vast amounts of land in countries around the world, solidifying its position as a major player in the global real estate market. So how does McDonald's real estate empire work? At its core, the company uses a complex web of subsidiaries and holding companies to acquire and manage its properties, with over 40,000 locations worldwide, generating billions of dollars in revenue each year. This allows McDonald's to keep its real estate dealings separate from its core business, and to minimize its tax liabilities, a strategy that has been in place since the 1950s when founder Ray Kroc first began franchising the brand. The company also uses a variety of financial instruments, such as leases and mortgages, to generate income from its properties, with some leases lasting up to 20 years. It's a sophisticated strategy that has allowed McDonald's to build a vast and lucrative real estate portfolio, valued at over $30 billion, but it's also a strategy that has been criticized for its lack of transparency and its impact on local communities, with many arguing that it prioritizes profits over people. The 1980s were a pivotal time for McDonald's, as the company began to expand globally and its real estate empire began to take shape, with the number of international locations growing from just over 300 in 1980 to more than 1,500 by the end of the decade. It was during this period, specifically between 1982 and 1985, that McDonald's started to acquire large tracts of land in countries around the world, often in partnership with local developers and governments, resulting in the company owning or leasing over 50,000 properties worldwide. The company also began to develop its own infrastructure, including roads, bridges, and utilities, in order to support its expanding network of restaurants, with investments totaling over $1 billion annually. This bold strategy, spearheaded by then CEO Fred Turner, allowed McDonald's to establish itself as a major player in the global economy, but it also raised concerns about the company's impact on local environments and communities, setting the stage for a complex and often contentious relationship between the corporation and the places it operated. As McDonald's continued to expand its real estate empire, the company faced increasing scrutiny from regulators, activists, and local communities, with over 200 lawsuits filed against the company between 2010 and 2015 alone. There were concerns about the company's tax avoidance strategies, its impact on local economies, and its treatment of franchisees and employees, with some critics accusing the company of perpetuating a business model that prioritized profits over people. Despite these challenges, McDonald's continued to push ahead, using its vast resources and lobbying power to influence government policies and regulations, spending over $10 million on lobbying efforts in 2019. The company also began to diversify its real estate holdings, investing in shopping centers, office buildings, and other types of property, with its portfolio growing to over $30 billion in value by 2020. It was a strategy that allowed McDonald's to reduce its reliance on its core business and to generate new streams of income, further solidifying its position as a global powerhouse. So just how big is McDonald's real estate empire? The company owns or leases over 40,000 properties around the world, including restaurants, offices, and other types of buildings, with a significant presence in major cities like New York, London, and Tokyo. Its real estate portfolio is worth tens of billions of dollars, approximately $30 billion, and generates over $10 billion in revenue each year, a figure that has been steadily increasing since 2010. To put that in perspective, McDonald's is one of the largest private real estate owners in the world, with a portfolio that is larger than many small countries, such as Sri Lanka or Bulgaria. The company's real estate holdings are also incredibly diverse, spanning everything from shopping centers and office buildings to hotels and resorts, allowing it to maintain a strong grip on the global fast food industry. It's a staggering scale that has allowed McDonald's to become one of the most successful companies in the world, with a brand valued at over $200 billion. Despite its success, McDonald's real estate empire has not been without controversy, with critics arguing that the company's business model is designed to prioritize profits over people. The company has faced criticism for its treatment of franchisees, who often struggle to make a profit due to the high fees and rents charged by McDonald's, with some franchisees paying up to 12% of their sales in royalties. There have also been concerns about the company's impact on local communities, with many accusing McDonald's of driving out small businesses and destroying local character, a trend that has been observed in numerous cities worldwide since the 1980s. Furthermore, the company has faced challenges from regulators who have accused McDonald's of using its real estate holdings to avoid taxes and exploit loopholes, resulting in estimated tax losses of millions of dollars annually. It's a complex and often contentious issue, with many different stakeholders and interests at play, and one that continues to spark heated debates about the role of corporate power in modern society. So what are the consequences of McDonald's real estate empire? For the company itself, the benefits are clear: a vast and lucrative portfolio of properties that generates billions of dollars in revenue each year, with some estimates suggesting that real estate holdings account for up to 40% of the company's annual profits. But for local communities and franchisees, the impact can be more nuanced, with many accusing McDonald's of driving out small businesses and destroying local character, a trend that has been observed in numerous cities worldwide since the company's rapid expansion in the 1980s. Others have criticized the company's treatment of franchisees and employees, citing low wages and limited benefits, while concerns about the company's tax avoidance strategies and its impact on the environment have also been raised, with some studies suggesting that the company's operations result in over 2 million tons of greenhouse gas emissions annually. As the company continues to expand its real estate empire, with plans to open over 1,000 new locations in the next 5 years, these are issues that will only continue to grow in importance, ultimately affecting not just the company's bottom line, but the very fabric of the communities in which it operates. Today, McDonald's continues to be one of the largest and most successful companies in the world, with a real estate empire that spans the globe, comprising over 38,000 locations in more than 100 countries. The company is still expanding, with new locations and developments opening up all the time. In fact, over 1,000 new restaurants are expected to open in the next year alone. But as the company looks to the future, it is also facing new challenges and uncertainties, including the rise of online shopping and changing consumer habits, which have already led to a decline in sales in recent years. The rise of plant-based diets and increasing competition from rival fast food chains are also forcing McDonald's to adapt and evolve, with the company investing heavily in digital transformation and menu innovation. As the company navigates these challenges, its real estate empire will play a critical role in its success, with its vast portfolio of properties and sophisticated financial strategies, such as sale-leaseback agreements, positioning McDonald's to thrive in a rapidly changing world, where only the most agile and resilient companies will survive. As we conclude our investigation into McDonald's real estate empire, it's clear that the company's success is about more than just burgers and fries, with a staggering portfolio of over 40,000 properties worldwide, valued at tens of billions of dollars. The company's sophisticated financial strategies, including its use of shell companies and tax havens, have allowed it to become one of the most successful companies in the world, with revenues exceeding $75 billion annually. But as we look to the future, it's also important to consider the implications of McDonald's real estate empire, from its impact on local communities, where it has been accused of gentrification and displacement, to its treatment of franchisees and employees, who have reported low wages and poor working conditions. As the company continues to expand and evolve, with plans to open over 1,000 new locations in the next 5 years, it's essential that we understand the full scope of its real estate empire and the consequences that it has for all of us, including the potential for increased economic inequality and decreased community autonomy. In the end, the story of McDonald's real estate empire is a complex and fascinating one, full of twists and turns and unexpected surprises, spanning over 6 decades since the company's founding in 1955. It's a story that challenges our assumptions about the company and its role in the global economy, with a vast portfolio of over 40,000 properties across more than 100 countries. As we reflect on what we've learned, it's clear that McDonald's is more than just a fast food giant, it's a sophisticated financial player with a lucrative real estate portfolio valued at over $30 billion. As the company looks to the future, with plans to expand its operations and increase its global presence, it's essential that we understand the full scope of its ambitions and the implications that they have for all of us, from local communities to investors and consumers. By exploring the hidden world of McDonald's real estate empire, we can gain a deeper understanding of the company and its place in the world, and better navigate the intricacies of the global economy.